things that we weren't expecting, but that we were able to deal with. And that means that we take that forward.
Mm-hmm. So quite a few projects took place in the context of elections, but like you said, you've also done this disaster, or you're doing this disaster reporting, or the hate, documenting hate. Yeah, what sort of in what areas generally do you think it makes sense to have these collaborative projects?
So we're also considering how we might apply it to climate change reporting or the migrant crisis. And really, it's anywhere where collaboration, where news organisations collaborating will be able to do a better job or access more data or have greater capacity by collaborating for a set period of time around a certain subject. And the design process itself can be adaptable to anything. So we could actually use this to tackle specific technologies around news gathering, and just have a technology pop up and cover general news. But we can adapt it to whatever is necessary. It's the mechanism for designing the project and for bringing people together that's what we've been refining, rather than the subject areas itself. Mm-hmm. So as long as we can bring the expertise in on any given subject, we can design a pop-up newsroom around any given subject. Yeah. I would say that there are some criteria, though. Those criteria would be a willingness for partners to work together, and also to set a clear time limit to a project. Because if you're asking competitors to give up a certain amount of rivalry or a certain amount of competitiveness, they need to know that it's around a specific issue and it's for a set time. Mm-hmm. And generally people seem happy to do that if they know that they're going to get more out of it.
Right. And specifically with regards to sort of overcoming, the rivalry and bringing competitors together, have you found that, do you find this works across all cultures ultimately, or are some cultures a bit more open to sharing and collaborating? What's your sort of experience with
so
that?
Far, I mean, we've not done that many yet. Mm-hmm. So next year I could answer that question better. But I would say bringing people together collaboratively, it requires a different approach wherever we go. Because the media systems or media ownership is so different in different places, and attitude to media and attitude to collaboration is so different. It's also collaboration. It seems to be there's no kind of guide to where it's going to be easier to collaborate. Actually, in places where we thought it would be easier to collaborate, it was harder, and vice versa. So culturally, yes, everyone kind of has a different approach to collaboration. Whether that the hurdles are so great we can't collaborate, we haven't seen that yet. I think we can also kind of identify who would work well together and build up a kind of team of partners that way. But no, so far we've not come into difficulty in actually getting a group of people to collaborate around an editorial project.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And and what do you say to participants? What do they get out of participating in like a collaborative effort?
If we do it right, they should get out a lot more than they need to put in. Mm-hmm. Because in designing these projects, we harness the power of the partnership, and so to date, those who have got involved have taken a lot more away, or have had access to a lot more than they would need to put in. So that's the primary thing about that. However, other things that they can take away, sometimes we need to build in training, or have access to certain technologies. And so we work with technology partners or training partners in order to provide whatever we need for the project. So people get access to new technologies and they learn how to do them. they also learn new techniques. But also in the case of Verificado, both of the other core partners, Animal Politico and AJ Plus, have since launched a new product as a result of Verificado. So they've each launched a kind of a fact-checking project for ongoing coverage that took a lot of the lessons that they learned and a lot of the techniques and workflows from Verificado and have now and are now working on those and have launched those.
Oh, okay.
So they had new products. Yeah.